Hey, Derek, it is great to see you back inside my screen.
I know we were 2 days shy of being able to do this live in person together. So that's coming up at some point. We'll be able to do that.
Yeah, that will be a lot of fun. But it was great seeing you in New York City. Thank you
Yeah,
for the invite to a beautiful cafe right next to Central Park. Beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful weekend in New York City.
yeah.
So sorry we didn't get to come to all of you live sitting next to each other. We will make that happen at some point. But we got to outline today's episode.
Yes, we did, and I'm very excited. We have another excellent example this time from Tyler Shamblin, who reached out to us about whether or not video is the path forward in terms of cold outreach and whether it's better to be doing that in email or using your LinkedIn DMs. So we have a clip that Tyler produced that we want to take a look at.
We do. So let's take a look at that. And it's not only email or LinkedIn DMs, it's leveraging video in your cold outreach, which I absolutely love. So as we're diving into that, Derek, should we go ahead and watch this whole sample video that Tyler sent us?
Yeah, let's do. And everyone, keep in mind as you're watching, again, please get comments into the chat so that we know what you're looking at and seeing. But what are you noticing here? The question that Tyler reached out to us about is, am I doing it right here? That's a paraphrase, everybody. Let's play a clip.
All right, here we go.
Grace, hey, it's Tyler. Look, you and I don't know each other yet, and I'll be quite honest, this is a cold message, which I realize is a bold strategy given that you're in sales yourself. So I'll be fair. If you'll give me a half a minute longer to tell you why it is that I'm reaching out, then I'll let you use me as your next roast session on what not to do in sales. All right? So I'm on a mission to help people just like you in the sales profession be financially independent as soon as possible. And if you're like the other folks that I help, then you might be frustrated that as your income goes up, you realize that you're keeping less of it. And that might be because you don't have a plan. Maybe it's that you're so freaking busy and you don't have time to research everything that you need to know about investing, your company stock plan, your financial strategies, and that makes you concerned. Maybe you're tired of people in my field pitching you a bunch of financial products that you don't actually need, and you'd rather us try to get to know you first and what you're trying to accomplish. Now, I don't know you outside of a LinkedIn connection, so I'm not going to presume that any of this is relevant to you. If I need to give up on sending videos like these, much like the Alabama defense gave up on me last Saturday, let me know that as well. Otherwise, if something in here was worth digging into, feel free to shoot me a message with your questions or thoughts below. Thanks.
All right, Derek, what stood out to you? And again, those watching, anything that stood out to you guys, positive, what resonated with you? But Derek, what really stuck out to you there?
Well, I have to say, what an extraordinary lead. Absolutely fantastic. I really, really appreciate acknowledging what you're getting into. And I think Tyler does a brilliant job of it. I think that relaxed approach is very effective. And I think, again, just putting everything on the table and being fully transparent is a real positive here. So great work on the front end of this. Katie, I know we want to talk about not just the beginning, but also the middle and the end.
Also the middle and the end. And I also just super kudos to Tyler for being like, look, I
Yeah.
see that video is so powerful. It is an absolute and complete differentiator. So, going back to his first question real quick, like email versus LinkedIn DM, he also works for a company that in order to get their emails, you have to sign up for encryption. So he stopped doing that real quick because he was like, nobody's going to get it. I personally delete and in all honesty, report spam for most of my, cold outreaches. I don't want a cold outreach. I don't want more emails.
Yeah.
So we'll get that comment up here on the screen here in a second from Tyler. Um, you know, kind of seeing that he's using it. And so LinkedIn DMs are a
Yeah.
great way to do that because I also love using video for birthdays,
Yeah.
Derek, because LinkedIn, right? Everybody
Yeah.
just sends the static, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yes.
So I love sending videos, and the amount of times I get responses that are like, this was the only message I responded to today
Yeah.
because it's different. So
Well, The other part of this too is Tyler showing up where his prospective clients want him to be. 88% of people want to see more video, not less. So he's definitely leaning into the curve, which is fantastic. One of the things that you mentioned, and there we go, right? Alabama defense held strong. It
Love it.
stings a bit coming for a Michigan fan,
Oh,
but
right.
we are totally going to celebrate Tyler's win over the weekend. One of the things you mentioned, Katie, that's really important here, again, a fantastic lead in terms of setting the video up, incredible in terms of doing the thing, showing up on video. I think we want to take a look at the segmentation that's happening here. Again, I love the direct address. I love, as somebody who might receive one of these DMs, one of these video messages, wherever it's showing up, right? Um, if I'm seeing the person has taken that time and effort, and this is not a 6-minute video, everyone, please note. In fact, I think that's one of the next things we want to cover. Even this short clip is too long.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the points that we want to focus on. Katie, you had something you wanted to say in that regard.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be shorter. Well, and it was interesting, right, Tyler? You started by saying, "Hey, if you'll give me the next half a minute," but then went on for more than a full minute. So, little things, we talk about that a lot with video and marketing, of like, set the expectation and then, fulfill the expectation. But I actually kind of felt like I went on a little bit of an emotional journey, which can be really good. That can be really powerful. Definitely pulled us in the beginning. Agreed, loved the personal approach. Had some self-deprecation in there that I think just maybe went a little bit too far. Always love self-deprecating things, but just that line of like, if I need to give up on sending this, that actually I feel like really invited people to be like, all right, I'm not responding. Like, and it was just that one little sentence in there. But I love, then we got a little bit of your personality, just like the Alabama defense gave up on me. Right. So I'm like, we just need to tweak some of that messaging in there a little bit. But a lot of that whole middle section could really be cut down. I would honestly say for a video like this, it should be maxing out at like 42 to 47 seconds.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Yep. And I think what you'll find in that case is you're going to retain that really strong lead. Again, we're going to tighten up the messaging, but again, as an introductory video, it's brilliant. Absolutely love it. We're probably going to wind up cutting out the majority of the middle section of this video, and then we're going to close stronger. We want to make sure, and Tyler, I know this was another one of your questions, we want to make sure that people have the opportunity to opt in or opt out. We want to give them agency, but Katie, to your point, there's nothing wrong with nudging in a situation like that so that they opt in rather than opt out. And that's going to come down to how much you do, and you said this specifically in the video, how much you do wind up honoring their time. And they're going to take note. Again, Katie, as you say, if you say I'm going to be on for 30 seconds, you got 30 seconds, and make sure that you honor that commitment.
Yeah. And then I just say just a couple of very minor things. But first, the fact, Tyler, you're doing it. You're getting it out there. You are not waiting for things to be perfect. That is what everybody should do. Because if you guys are sitting here watching this, you're like, I've thought about that. How do I do it? And you're overthinking it. Tyler's going to blow you out of the water, because he's the one out there who's doing it. He's going to differentiate before you do. Don't wait till things are perfect. Always aim to improve a little bit. And so, as you guys are continuing with any type of video, just a couple of little things, because we're watching it, right, generally on our phones, in a DM, like it's a pretty small message. Tyler, I would just get like a $10, $15 tripod. Put your phone on a tripod, because there was a little bit of movement that can sometimes get a little bit, motion sick, and then just tilt that camera up a little bit. We always want that camera at eye level, right? Because again, we want to feel like you're coming across as a competent person. It's making that eye contact. When you're kind of like leaning down, slouching, right? It's not necessarily the professional vibe that you want to be giving off. So just little things, get that on a tripod, keep it steady, keep it at eye level so that it's like you are sitting across talking directly to the people you're addressing.
Well, and the other thing too is if we're talking about tweaks that are that granular, you're doing a great job.
You're doing
and
a
this
great
applies
job.
to everyone who has taken that first step with video. So again, Tyler, thank you so much for this. As always, I certainly hope that this is helpful. The conversations that you advisors are sparking, and the questions and the comments that you're bringing to our discussions, they are driving this show. So thank you so much. And Katie, great insights again. I particularly like those tiny little adjustments you could make on the technical side of things, just to quietly underline your
Yeah.
expertise. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And again, Tyler, kudos to you for doing this. Would love to, keep hearing from you. We're going to do an episode maybe in January of kind of like, where are they now? So this would be another one. We would love to kind of get some data. So I just quickly do want to mention, right, Derek, Tyler mentioned he's sent 15 of these, has had like 3 people respond and booked one message or one meeting. Like, that's tremendous. So
Yeah,
again,
it is.
don't wait for perfection. Get it out there and do it. Because at 15, can you imagine if you sent 15 messages, 3 people responded, 1 person's already booked a meeting?
Yeah. Those
That's
are
incredible.
extraordinary numbers. Jessica, thank you so much for showing up. We really appreciate it. Those numbers are astounding, Katie.
Yes.
They really are. So Tyler, again, congratulations. You're doing great work, and we're both really excited to see what this looks like going forward.
We are. Thank you, Derek. I will be out the next 2 weeks. I will miss all of you, only slightly because I'll be in Japan on vacation with my husband, but I will tune in as soon as I can. I know all of you are in great hands with Derek and upcoming co-hosts. You've got
Brian
what's
Thorpe
next week?
coming
Brian
up.
Thorpe. Yes, talking about
Uh,
SEC marketing rule next week. And
You
Jessica
got it.
Brown, you are on the following week.
Yeah, I can't wait. Katie, have a wonderful time. You will be missed here in the studio. We can't wait to get your feedback and have a wonderful, wonderful trip. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you. And thank
All
you
right.
all.